Wigan flashes. Lakes and wetlands formed by collapsed mines, they're a relic of the industry that used to dominate this area. But in this living reminder of Makerfield's past, people are busy pondering its future. A by-election is heading towards them, and the political undercurrents couldn't be stronger. Whichever way they go, voters here are about to steer the country in a whole new direction. Has there ever been a by-election quite like this one?
This is a very exciting by-election. The potential to potentially choose the next Prime Minister, or to deny one of the most popular politicians in the Northwest his chance of glory in Westminster, that is high stake. This is really exciting, and as a voter in Makerfield, I would feel that my vote was going to make a difference. It's not just a big test for Labour. I think Reform face a challenge here too. Expectations are high. If he can't win this seat, then I think questions will be asked about what happened there. It's also a big election for Reform because of the presence of Restore Britain, this party that is challenging them will draw many of the same voters. Yeah, there are lots of reasons to watch this result really closely.
The stakes couldn't be higher. One constituency is now the bridge between people and power. So what do we know about Makerfield? Well, first, it's not just one place. It's a corridor of different towns and neighbourhoods right across Wigan, stretching from Hindley Green in the east to Orrell in the west, and the place that helped give it its name, Ashton in Makerfield, down to the south. It's a broad mix of urban and rural, from wealthy suburbs to former mining villages. One thing used to unite all these communities: voting Labour. The party put clear distance between its opponents for years. By the 1997 general election, they had a majority of nearly 75%. But this is also Brexit territory, and the Conservatives started closing the gap significantly in the 2010s. Then, New Kid Reform UK came from nowhere, pushing them solidly into third place, with the Greens and Liberal Democrats also increasing their vote. Now, 14 candidates are fighting hard. It means there's plenty of politics for this knitting group to untangle when they meet in Ashton. So what would you really like to see from whoever wins this by-election?
I think whoever wins it has got a job to do. I think they have to deliver on what they say. I think they have to invest in our community and make our community feel safer than it does at the moment. I've never been worried about walking the streets. Now I am a little bit.
We've got a lot of potholes, which isn't very good when you're in your car, is it? You know.
It always comes back to potholes.
I know.
I haven't heard much about local issues, I'll be honest with you. The main focus seems to be, people seem to be just talking about the fact that Andy Burnham wants to be Prime Minister. But people say that can only be a good thing for our town. It's a very standard little northern town, but it's nice that little northern towns are getting to be in the spotlight, because we're not that unique. There's lots of other little towns like ours in this area. But it's nice that the spotlight is on us for once, so people can see what we live like up here in the north.
Makerfield defies simple political categories. Home ownership is high here, but deprivation can be too. Just down the road, this community centre runs a pay-what-you-feel cafe, along with a food bank and affordable clothes shop. And times are tough.
There's people that come in and that might be the only meal they have that day when they come in for their lunch here. The food bank, that's very necessary. We have a lot of people that need to use that. And these might be things that politicians aren't necessarily aware of. So it is important that, you know, we can get that across to them, really.
You've got politicians' attention now. What would you like them to know?
All those sorts of issues, it's all very well, you know, seeing it on paper, the figures for homelessness, the figures for people having to use food banks, but to actually speak to people, interact with them, because there's a lot of shame involved as well, there's so much judgment around money. A lot of these people as well, it's not only unemployed people, a lot of people are working and they're still having to use a food bank because it gets to the end of the month and there's just nothing left.
Are you feeling hopeful about the future?
I am hopeful that there will be change, but we do have this every year, and every 4 years, don't we, at general elections, we hope for change, but it stays the same.
So the appetite for political action is here, but what that should look like is the big question. And as well as the cost of living, the recent riots have kept illegal immigration high on the agenda. At this mosque in Worsley Mains, they're not surprised, but say the debate has become divisive.
The people who sort of turn up at the mosque and all have all sort of had some instances where they have been called the P word or an N word, and it has been really bad. And these people have been in the community for more than 20 years, and they've never faced this type of discrimination, this type of racism in their lives. Like, you know.
What would you like politicians to do about it?
I think the language I think it's important to sort of choose the right language of hope and not sort of like, hatred. So whoever wins the by-election, I humbly request them to work with the community and not isolate the community, because we are part of the community.
So do you feel that politics can be a force for good?
I believe so. I still believe that there is, we have democracy, we have the rule of the law, and I think the politics of good and kindness should sort of shine over hatred.
These are sensitive subjects, and with less than a week to go, the by-election is shaping up to be a fierce fight. At this gym in Orrell, some hope it's the chance to give their community a lift.
It's gone a little bit rougher over the years, a bit scruffier, not as clean and tidy. People don't seem to care as much anymore. So
do you think this by-election is a chance to make them care?
Hopefully. I do keep my ears open. If we can help young kids out off the streets, apprenticeships, things like that, hobbies and stuff for young lads growing up and women, that'd be brilliant, and I'd be all for it.
Others, though, are feeling the weight of responsibility and say they've had enough.
To be honest, we've been hounded in the street, like door to door, like on a daily basis. It's not been great. It's putting people under a lot of pressure because you feel like you have to.
That pressure is only likely to ramp up in the coming days as we wait to see which party gets its foothold here. Whoever wins will have to knit these communities back together after a polling day about to pack one hell of a punch. Líse McNally, ITV News. And here is a full list of all the candidates standing in the Makerfield by-election, listed in alphabetical order. If you're voting in person, polls open at 7 a.m. on Thursday the 18th of June. And don't forget you'll need to bring an accepted form of photo ID in order to cast your vote.